but I do know one thing right now. Musana Munji. Tugende.
Okay, are we ready to get this going?
Those of you
will
wondering,
start
I
us.
just said it's freaking hot. Let's start.
Okay, in 3, 2.
You can't really love another till you learn to love yourself, yeah. Baby, you can't love another if you don't even love yourself. Oh, the good book says to love your neighbor like you really love yourself. Oh,
I love this song.
but if you love me like
Great
that,
song.
baby,
Jason.
there ain't no way in hell.
Welcome to Hippy-Ish,
It's our podcast relating to all things hippie shit.
where we talk about life, God, religion, and a bunch of other cool shit.
Anything goes on this show. So if you're easily offended, it may not be for you.
But if it's not, Tugende.
Tugende! Yes. Well, that is what a step back into our podcast. It's been a gap
8 months,
since our last podcast.
hella long.
Oh, but what it means is we've been busy. We've been busy doing all kinds of things.
Yeah, we have.
A lot of stuff.
We're back in our happy place
Back in Uganda.
in Uganda, but we're leaving tomorrow.
We've been learning a lot of new words. Like you were hanging out with little man, and what was he teaching us?
He was saying Musana Munji, and we found out that in English it means it's hot.
Yes.
But my interpretation, because it was frickin' hot that day, was that Musana Munji means it's frickin' hot.
So they taught us a little bit of Luganda, and we taught them a little bit of English. So we taught it's frickin' hot.
Yeah.
We
'Cause
just
we're-
learned a bad word
'Cause we're
too
bad.
in Luganda.
No, we're not going to tell people
It's
that.
a bad word.
Yeah, we're not going to.
I didn't realize. I was saying something in Spanish, and I didn't realize it was so bad. It's very bad.
Yeah, it is.
Aaron was even kind of, he thought I called him a name. It was not
Well,
good.
you did.
I guess I did. It has been a great trip here. We've had so much fun being here in our happy place. We're in you can hear saws behind us as our home is being constructed. And that's what we're going to talk about here today, is going all in on philanthropy and what that looks like. We want to share a little bit about that, but we have gone all in on philanthropy. We love Uganda. We
Yeah.
love Mexico.
Yeah.
We love the work that we're doing. But it's been a great trip. What are some of the things that we have done while we're here? Beautiful lady.
Let's see. We've had some really great food.
Matoke.
Yeah. We had our friends from Play come through. They are a Montessori preschool in Berkeley. They came through and did a training with our teachers. That was amazing. And then we took them to see the Indira cultural show. Dances from all over
Phenomenal.
Uganda. We had some local food.
Yeah.
It was amazing. We had a great time.
A sumawiki is my favorite food. It is greens.
It's called Sukuma Wiki.
Sukuma wiki.
It's collard greens.
Collards.
And matoke, which is
Matoke with some G-nut on top.
I'm sorry, everyone.
It is.
Sorry.
Here in Uganda, there's it's a peanut gravy that you put on top of matoke, which is kind of like, it's mashed bananas. Matoke is like a banana, but it's not sweet, and it's mashed.
Yeah.
And it's
Kind of
good.
like a mashed potato.
And you
with gravy.
you put this gravy on top called G-nut, and it tastes amazing. I love it. It's like one of my favorite things in the world.
Of course it is.
So we had a lot of matoke and a lot of local food.
One of
Sumawiki.
the first time ever we participated or were invited to the Uganda Fashion Week fashion show.
Oh, man.
Which was incredible, really inspiring, getting to see what the young creatives in Uganda are up to. And these kids are talented. They're talented and making their mark and trying to show up in the world of fashion. It was really inspiring. I was really inspired by it, and just the work that I used to do with Eva Rees and over 20 years ago. So it was nice to be in that space.
Yeah. Uganda's coming up. There was a lot of quality on that runway, even with the models and how they walked.
Yeah.
They had a lot of talent
So
and
talented.
heart. And then some of the pieces that we saw were blending Ugandan fabrics with kind of modern feel and older feel too, culturally sensitive pieces that they were creating.
Uganda, what we found out too, is where bark cloth originated from. They actually grow that tree here in Uganda, and it's the only place on the continent that grows that tree, which was really interesting. And so it's been used over hundreds of years for different things, and a lot of the kids used it in their fashion.
What excites me is Uganda is starting, I think, to take on its own self, a lot of pride in who Uganda is, its history, its culture, not trying to look like the rest of the world, but identify with what it is
Yeah.
and who it is
Yeah.
through fabric, through style, high values on family. We even sat with somebody who ran that and they said, I wouldn't want to raise my kids in the United States. I want to raise my children. She married an American and she told her husband that I don't want to raise my kids in the United States. I want to raise my children here in Uganda.
Appreciating the culture and the connectedness of family and community here. It's really, really important.
Special
and
place.
Something that we really appreciate. That was at the Afri Art Fashion Showcase.
Their fourth year of doing it, and man, it was a packed house. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Had a great time. We took that team on a safari. We saw lions.
Yes, we did.
That was beautiful. Stayed at a beautiful place. What an experience. Like one of my top 2 or 3 lifetime experiences is being on safari. It's crazy. The bigness of this world and how we're a part of all of this system, this ecosystem on this planet, and seeing the lions and seeing all of the other animals. It was Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It was wild.
With, without the dinosaurs, it was more Lion King.
Okay. Yeah, it was more Lion King-esque. Maybe not Jurassic Park, but man, speaking of Jurassic Park, we have plants on our property. You touch them and they kind of recoil back. It's the craziest thing. It's like they're alive.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Philanthropy. We have been really, over the course of the last 8 months, working really hard, trying to make money, trying to give back to what we're doing in Mexico, give back to what we're doing in Uganda, building our home, preparing to take the next steps, building our organizations, Buena Unda and Beganda. And we've seen so much growth in both organizations, so much development, so much change. Bring us up to speed a little bit on some of these changes on the Beganda side, because we've had a pretty significant shift.
Yes. Yeah. I started coming here 17 years ago and started with the original organization. And at the time, they were supporting 26 children. And these kids are now, most of them in their late teens, 18, 19, some in their early 20s. And we are now pivoting from this group of kids because they are just starting life. And we are pivoting to early childhood. So we're partnering now with schools, one called Kingdom Junior, and the other is called Nation Changers, which we'll be bringing Nation Changers on in January. But we're going to be partnering with these schools to enhance and empower their early childhood. And because having a foundation of early childhood in life, period, is so important and so crucial to how a child moves through the education system. And so we believe that starting at that age, which is kindergarten for us, is going to be a game changer.
Seems like kids get lost, right? If they start getting a little bit lost, then they're a lot lost.
Yeah.
And they get left behind.
Yeah.
Do you
And
see that happening here?
I do see that, and I see that with the 26 that we have provided tuition and support for the last 15 years. Some of them who did not have a strong early childhood foundation are just lost. Reading, writing, basic math skills are just not there. And so we know that in order to make that change, that we have to start from the beginning. And so I'm excited about the change. It is a change for us. And we're hoping that as these older kids, especially those that are in their 20s and they're finishing up school and university, that they will also come alongside the organization and give back the same way that was given to them.
Yeah, we're seeing them become young adults and
Yeah.
coming into their own. Some of them are going through their trade programs. Some of them are going on to other opportunities, but man, they're impressive young adults.
Yeah.
A great investment for sure. So with this Uganda and what your work is in Mexico as well, you've been all in. What is all in regarding philanthropy? What does that look like for you?
I feel like there are times when this work is you're tired, you're tired, your heart's full. It's a little thankless, but you understand the mission and you understand the goal. And I think in jumping in, anyone that is interested in doing any kind of philanthropy work, I highly suggest you really do a heart and an introspective work as to where you're headed and what you want the end goal to be. Because if the end goal is for you to be fulfilled and for you to be full and taken care of in that process, then this work is probably not for you. But if you are wanting to make change, future change for someone else, and plant seeds along the way, then yes, absolutely, this work is for you.
Hey everybody, we are at Nation Changers, and this is our friend Godwin's place. He's doing a really amazing thing.
Godwin Makanga.
Godwin Makanga. He's doing an amazing thing where he's teaching these kids how to play basketball, giving them an opportunity for scholarships. Just,
University.
yeah, all levels, national teams, just lots of opportunity. So this is a special place. And we just went into his house. He's got 20, how many? 24?
24 girls.
Yeah, that are living in his house.
He and his wife.
Yeah, he and his wife have one little room, and then everybody else sleeps in bunk beds in the 3 other rooms. And just, they're really doing it. And it makes me feel like it is humbling, because we'll spend $30 on a dinner, and he just showed us the piles of rice that they planted and harvested to feed these kids for 1 month. It is something that just takes everything that you have.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think the biggest element is longevity, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing this 17 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
If you were riding on your emotions alone, you would have quit a long time ago.
COVID alone, put a big kind of halt to everything. I think for you too, in Mexico as well. And so, like I said, you have to know what the end goal is, because there's so many reasons not to finish. There's so many reasons not to continue the work once you've started it. And so I think when you know that if the goal of your pursuit is not clear, you will lose sight. And that's something that my mom used to tell me when I was 14, is that the goal has to be so clear, because there's so many things that will derail you, that will take you off track.
Yeah, so true. I think you start out with this clear vision, this clear plan. And over 17 years, I'm sure there's been some adjustments and changes. So we've got to be willing also to kind of go with the landscape change.
Yeah.
I think about when I started in Mexico, I really set out to help the single moms who work in the fields. And then I shifted when we started the work and got going and had years under our belt. Then we understood that, man, the work that we need to be doing is with the kids. We really need to empower these kids. Prefer these women who work in the fields and their children, but really it's all the kids in this town, Punta Colonet. I've watched what you've done through the years here in Uganda, and it feels like you had a model that you were just so faithful in for so long, and then that shifted to this early education development, and the importance of having a clear goal and then being willing to kind of pivot sometimes.
Yeah, and that part is hard too, because it's a learning curve as you go. Because culturally, you know, I'm coming in with my own set of ideas, but culturally, if those ideas don't fit, then they won't work. And so you have to be willing to hear from the people, learn from the people, and it's so good to have people like Charles and Regina, and even our older kids now, who we've shared this new vision with, and they're like, yeah, that's important. Early childhood is important. Kindergarten is important. Educating girls is important in Uganda. And so we have had to pivot, and there have been some really difficult times. I mean, there are times when I feel like maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not the person to do this. But then I come back and we see that our kids are in college and they're in university and they're using their skills and their craft, and we're like, okay, and that motivates because they're, again, so many things. But what is it that keeps you going? You've been doing Mexico for a long time as well. What's kept you there and staying on course? You're such a visionary, and what you've built there is really amazing.
I think for me, it's in particular with Mexico, I have wanted to be faithful to what I feel has been given to me by God. I feel that. So I know that if I came to the end of my life and I wasn't faithful with this, I know that I will have missed one of the great purposes of my life. And I'm clear that this is a spiritual work for me because of how it's tied to my youngest daughter and her story of foster care, her story to adoption, her story that led to this town in Punta Colonet. And now she's 17 years old, coming into 18 years old. And it has been a while. It's been a lot of work. And I like what you said. This is hard. It's not easy. There's a lot of quitting points. A lot of times where you want to just close the doors or not absorb the responsibility. Because for folks at home who you're doing philanthropy or you want to do philanthropy, I think that there's different levels of involvement in this stuff. I think
Yeah.
you start at becoming
It's
maybe
true.
a donor and you begin to participate at that level, and then you start to maybe volunteer some time and you begin to get involved at that level, and then maybe you move into leadership at a different level of volunteering your time, a lot
Yeah.
more of your time. And then when it came to Erica and I, both here in Africa and in Mexico, I think there was a point for us where we realized, hey, we got to go all in on this. We've got to take the full responsibility to see this thing happen. And for me, all in definitely looks like sacrifice. It looks like it's the responsibility. It's seeing the big picture.
Yeah.
It's recruiting leaders. It's raising the money to do this thing.
Yeah.
Really, the bulk of the work is the easy part. It's the money and always raising the money that's the hard
money.
part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it'll happen. There's good people everywhere that can help do this work if you can facilitate a way for them to do this work.
Yeah.
And that takes money to do it. So
It's so true. The financial burden is real and it's heavy. But we have been really blessed to have a community and a group of folks in the Bay and in San Diego that have supported both the organizations and have seen the fruit of it. If you see this building that you guys, this facility that you've provided now to the community of Punta Colonet is amazing. Where else would these kids go if it were not for Buenunda? And so everyone that has given, it's been a brick by brick kind of build, and you've been at the forefront of it all. So good job, man.
thank you. Hey,
good.
good job to you too. We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're out there doing it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do come to us and they're like, man, you guys are really doing it. You inspire us. And that feels good. And honestly, we're grateful for people who see the work
Yeah.
and understand the
And
sacrifice.
if y'all want to give, I mean, yeah, come on now,
Hey,
give. We'll
shame-
put the link in the in the bio for you.
Not so shameless plug. We're going for it. Yeah, so philanthropy, there's a lot of folks at home that are wanting to start their thing. They've got a unique passion for something. What's a piece of advice that you would give
I
to
would
somebody
say
at home?
wherever that is, whether it's in church or if it's in AI, if it's in computers, if it's in tech, if it's in senior citizens, whatever it is, I would say go volunteer in those spaces first. Go test your heart for it, because that'll tell you whether or not you have what it is going to take, a little bit of what it needs to do this kind of work. I would say volunteer first. Give and volunteer and see where you land.
Absolutely. That's great advice.
Yeah.
Test your vision over time, because it does take some strength and muscle to see it through. You don't want to
I came here
start
8 years
before you took
Yeah,
leadership
yeah,
over it.
Yeah, 8 years
Yeah.
it took me. And even when I took leadership, I still was reluctant. I think I was also feeling like, can I do it? Understanding the gravity and how heavy the work was and how heavy the load would be. Did I have the capacity to carry it? And so even though I loved it, I was coming, by that time, 8 or 9 years, did I have what it took to do it?
And you did.
Yeah.
You sure did. And it's going so well. The best is ahead of Uganda. The best is ahead of Buenaunda. We're on such a great path, and these kids are worth it.
Yeah.
The reminder for us, the last thought I have is that when you're in the areas that you're working, you're quickly reminded when you spend time with these kids that the investment into them is worth every sacrifice that you have. And we both have regular jobs that we do when we're at home. You're in the fashion world. I do construction stuff, building all kinds of things and fixing all kinds of things. Sometimes, to be honest, sometimes I'm repairing a toilet or around some stinky, terrible job. And I'm like, what am I doing? And then you go spend time with these kids and you're reminded, hey, every sacrifice that I make is worth it for these young people. And I look to someone that I have admired is the spiritual part of my life has been the words of Jesus. And I think about when he was talking to some people around him and he was asked about, hey, what if somebody hurt a kid? And I think a fire came out of him, something kind of intense, where he said, it would be better for that person if a stone were tied around their neck and they were thrown into the ocean. Like, those are some strong words, like gangster.
So you
Gangster.
hurt a child, basically he was like, you should be taken out.
I'm going to take you out.
We're down with that.
Fool.
I'm down
going
with
to
that.
take you out. And I feel that way too.
Yeah.
I do feel that working with kids is a spiritual work that takes thoughtfulness, mindfulness, consideration, safety, provision, helping them with a plan for their future. I mean, it can be hard back home. We work hard to facilitate this, to give big, and to go all in on this. But man, you spend time with these kids and it's amazing.
Yeah. So we're checking out. Remember, volunteer, give of your time. It's the best way to test your heart and your pocket.
Yeah. And it'll prove the level of your commitment too, how long you stick that out. A lot of people start the 501c3 and then they got to shut it down 2 years later. Don't do that. Serve somewhere, give somewhere.
Yeah.
And see how deep this goes in you.
Come to Uganda. Come
Come
to Mexico.
to Uganda, come to Mexico. We bring teams all the time. Going all in on philanthropy. That's what it's all about. Peace. Just another average day in Uganda, right?
With our morning oatmeal.
Yeah, morning oatmeal, driving down the road, and then check this out. Traffic today. There's a traffic jam here in our neighborhood. Oh God. Oh shoot, those got horns. Window. Ah. Okay.
Look at the guy with the horn.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is, just, oh, and then look at this guy. Just on his own, walking down the street.
That's the lost sheep.
He's
You better hurry up. You're going to get
catch
it.
up, man. You got to catch up to everybody.
Don't be dilly-dallying.
I found a way to lose the grasp of all my powers. I found a way to lose you in the past of hours. No matter what I say,